What's good, guys? It's me, Gerald the Weep here. I had to turn on my light again. Hopefully, this will be the final part for what if Dio was good for the remake, and then I can go on to continue the series. So, I live streamed the part 9 and part 7, if I'm correct. So, part 7 and part 9, I don't have to remake. So, I just have to remake part 8 and part 6. So, I'm about to do part 6 right now. And the man on the screen is the legendary George Josar. That's what he looks like. And he's very sick, so I'll be going into it, so that's why he looks like that. So, last time, Jonathan got clapped, if you know what I mean. He got stabbed. So, Arena left him for good and stuff. Not for good. So, now, I think I said, 7 years has passed, and now, Dio and Jonathan are in their final year of college, and Jonathan is playing rugby, and Dio's on the same team as him. So they were gonna have to score one more goal to win the game. So Jonathan says, "Pass me the ball," and so he runs all the way half field, and over 8 people tried to tackle him, but Jonathan didn't go down until the ninth person got to him, and then Jonathan threw it to Dio, and Dio caught it by doing a flip, and then he ran to score the rugby. I forgot how to. I don't know if it's a touchdown or not for rugby. So they made the goal and won the game for their final year of college because 7 years has passed, and they are like 13 already. So they're in their 20s now. So so Dio said to Jonathan, "We did it," and Jonathan says, "You did it." So Dio said, "Okay, let's get unchanged. We need to go see father." And Jonathan says, "Yeah, we must." So now that they're done getting unchanged, one of their buddies said to come to stay and drink, but Jonathan and Dio said, "No, we gotta go look after our father. We'll come another time." So Dio and Jonathan are now at the manor, and one of their new butlers, Jay, says, he's not doing so well. He probably needs to go and see you guys." So Dio and Jonathan says, "Thank you, Mr. J," and they go upstairs to George's room, and George is coughing like, and he's like, "Oh, Dio and Jonathan, how are you guys today?" And so Dio and Jonathan show their graduation certificate to George, and he says, "I'm so glad you guys did it. Uh, Dio, your father would be proud of you. And Jonathan, I'm just as proud as I am for Dio and both of you." And Jonathan says, "Okay, father, but are you doing well though?" And George says, "I'm probably not gonna make it through the year at this rate, but I'm gonna try to hire the best people to help me, so I can live just a little bit more longer until you guys are like all set up with your careers and stuff. Because one of you guys need to be the head household of the Joestar Manor." So Dio said, "Jonathan can do it," but Jonathan says, "No, Dio, you can do it." And so they started to get into a bicker. They're like, "Jonathan, you're the right uh, household name, Joestar." And Jonathan says, "Dio, you're a lot more responsible, you could say. So you could probably just take over." So George says, "I'm gonna go back to sleep. You guys can decide that later." And Jonathan says, "Okay, father, I'm going somewhere though. I'll be back in a couple of days." And George says, "Okay, just be safe." And Jonathan goes to somewhere, and Dio says, "Where are you going, Jonathan?" "You'll figure out sooner or later." That's what Jonathan says as he walked out the door. And Dio says, "Jonathan's acting weird." So so Jonathan has left, and now it's just Dio, and Dio is outside the like George's chambers, you could say, or room, because I don't know why I keep saying chambers. It's just room, but old fashioned room. Or is it a freaking jail? I don't know. Okay, so Dio is like, looks like George is gonna be fine for right now. I'm gonna probably give him his medicine today. So Dio walks downstairs and then he sees Jay the butler is holding a mask, and then Dio said, wait a minute. Jonathan told me about this mask before, like 7 years ago. He told him about it after what happened to him when after he got stabbed. So Dio walked right behind Jay the butler, and then Dio said, "What are you doing, Jay?" And then Jay freaked out, like, what? I'm not doing anything." And Dio said, "Give me the mask right now. That's not yours." "It's not yours either, Dio." And then Dio said, excuse me? You shouldn't be talking to me like that. You're not even a real Joe star, so I can talk to you however I want. That's it. If you don't give me back that mask, you're getting kicked out." So Jay the butler ran away, and then Dio tackled him, but the spikes landed on Jay's face, and he couldn't get the mask off. He says, "Ah, I can't get the mask off. Ah, ah." And now Dio says, "What's going on? Get the mask off of you." And so it's actually been a day. So that's why Dio was like all deranged and stuff. I forgot to add, it was a day. A day has passed. So since Jonathan left, but Dio didn't know he fell asleep. So he was like, "Oh, what is this?" And so Dio found the drugs that George has been taking, and it's been the bad stuff, the baddest drug, the H drug. Yes, that drug. And he says, "What is this? You're poisoning my father." And Jay says, "Yeah. And then I'm going to kill you guys next." And then Dio says, "I don't think so." But then Jonathan says, "Aha, I knew it." And then busts into the door and says, "Dio, Jay has been poisoning our father. And I have backup to prove to it." And this guy named Robert O. Speedwagon jumps in the door like, "Yes, I've been seeing him around my neighborhood. I'm trying to get drugs off the street, but he's been buying them." And so Dio says, "This turtle thinks he's smart and funny, thinking he can take the Joestar Manor away from us." And so Dio throws a punch at Jay, but Jay dodges it. He's like, "I don't think so." And then he grabs a knife from where he was on the floor. He found a knife and then put it next to his neck. And then he says, "Get out of my way right now." And so that would where part 6 would end. I added a bit of part 7 into it. So now I'm gonna. Okay, listen to me. This is now part 8. Okay, so watch part 7 right now. I'm begging you. If you are a new person to my series, watch part 7 right now. It's a live stream, so you can find it. You just gotta look for it. Just go to live streams and then on my YouTube channel, and then you'll find it. So now let's keep continuing on. This is your final warning to get out. Okay, so now George sadly died because Dio had the knife against his neck, and then Jay ran to George, and then the police officers with a Speedwagon and Jonathan shot at Jay, but Jay killed George when he was walking out of his room by stabbing him in the heart. And so Dio and Jonathan started to cry because George just died on the stairs. So they shot his body. Yeah, they shot Jay, and so Jay was shot dead, and blood was everywhere. So Dio said, "Oh God, Oh God. And so Dio runs out the manor, and Jonathan follows him. And Speedwagon says, I'll try to calm them down. And Speedwagon says, hello, Dio. My name's Speedwagon. I'm I don't know how I'm gonna help you, but I lost my father too, and mother too, a long time ago, but it's gonna get easy. And then Dio says, no, it's all my fault that he died. And John says, it's my fault too. If I probably should have just walked in normally, and then we could have surprise attacked him or something. I'm sorry, it's my fault. And Speedwagon says, no, it's not. If I would have stopped that man when I saw him, your father probably wouldn't have been poisoned in the first place. So the Dio and Jonathan says, what's taking the police so long? And so the police started to walk out one by one, and they start running at Jonathan and Dio and Speedwagon, and they said, what is this? And then one of the last members of the police force who was there, he says, "Run! They're zombies!" And then his gun he got attacked by one of the zombie people, and then he got his neck bit off. And then Jonathan grabbed the gun like, "You stay away! You're killing one of your fellow officers." And then the guy said, "Rawr!" And so Dio was like, shoot him, Jonathan. And so Jonathan shoots the zombie, like, pow, pow. And then the zombie gets killed. Like, well, that was easy. Wait a minute, Jonathan. If there's a zombie in there, wouldn't that mean... Oh my God. And so Dio runs back into the building. He says, no, wait. And Speedwagon stops him. It's no point. So Dio says, I gotta get George's body out of there. So Dio advised a plan. He says, I can go through the attic because there's a ladder in there. And a rope, I think, so I can secure myself from there. I just have to bring his body up there. So George's body's still on the stairs, and Dio walks in there, and he sees, and then Dio sees 4 dead bodies, the officers. They didn't turn to zombies, though. So he says, those poor officers. So George grabs, Dio grabs George's body, and then he says, okay, I gotta get out of here. But as soon as he grabbed his body, Jay jumped out of off of the ceiling and then cut Dio's shoulder, so Dio could barely walk, barely carry George. So Dio says, I don't think so, and then kicks Jay downstairs, and Jay he hits a candle, and then the rug catches on fire, and then he says, uh-oh. And then Dio starts to run up the stairs again, and then Jay is burning like, ah, ah. And then Dio says, okay, finally I made it to the attic. And so Dio puts George's body up there, but Jay was like, I don't think so, and then cuts cuts his eye up, but not even cut his eye out. He cuts above his eye. And then Dio says, you turtle! And then Dio says, there's a carpet. I can wrap him around there and then kick him again. I'm pretty sure he can't survive that for that long. He couldn't survive fire. So Dio grabs the rug and then wraps him around Jay. He says, what do you think this is? I'm immortal. I read the mask. Ha 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 ha. And the mask is still on him. So Dio was like, so you're immortal at night, I guess. So, because it's now nighttime. So, Dio was like, well, then you can die immortal when I kick you downstairs. And then he kicks him off the banister, and then he falls all the way to the floor. And so Dio gets the ladder and climb out. But Jonathan thought Dio was taking too long, and then he went inside the building, and he said, Speedwagon, you can go if you want to. I need to save Dio. And so Dio is climbing down as Jonathan is going in. And so Dio is now finally out the building, and then he runs around to go meet up with Speedwagon. And so So Jonathan sees one of the Jay's body going down going off the balcony. He says, "What is this?" And so he sees Jay's head get off of his head because it got split by a statue that's in the inside their home. And so he says, "Jay, that's Jay. I don't see my father's body, but it's too much fire over there." And so Jonathan says, "Okay, it's time for you to die, Jay," and picks up a spear off of the statue and says, and starts stabbing the parts of Jay and splitting them apart. So he said, "Okay, crap, it's starting to burn too much. I can't find Dio." And then he switched all the parts of Jay into separate parts of the room, but one of the parts burned, and so and one of the parts was like his hand that was burning. So Jonathan says, "I gotta get out of here." And so Jonathan runs out the building to see Jonathan sees Speedwagon and Dio saying, "Come on, Jonathan, we gotta get out of here." And so Dio, Speedwagon, and Jonathan run away. They're like, "Ndayo," like that. You're gonna remember those words. Anyway, they get out of there. So now it's now been a couple of days now, and that's where, yeah. So it's the day's over, and that's the end of part 6 and part 8. So luckily I didn't even make it 20 minutes. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So I'm gonna go back to current Dio, and also I'm still gonna make that new series I was talking about. Probably probably next week, because I'm gonna make 2 parts for Dio, and then I'm gonna make 2 parts for Dio for the new Dio battle tendency. So hopefully you guys enjoy, because part 7 is super. You can hear me and it sounds perfect. It doesn't sound perfect, but you can hear me. You just have to find the live stream of that. And part 9 I streamed, so it's super. You can hear me better than part 7, so it's super good. And part 10 is where I started to use like this format, so I don't have to make part 10. So that's it for the remake series of What If Dio Was Good. So I'll be going back to the normal Dio. So What If Dio Was Good battle tendency will be for tomorrow's episode. So hopefully you guys stay with me, spread the video, and I gotta sing my outro song. The Dio song is over, and hopefully you guys enjoy. And the video tomorrow is gonna be 10 minutes, because I know you guys don't like 20-minute videos. And bye. Grand fans out. You guys gotta peace out.